Avatar is one of the highest-grossing movie franchises in history, and that's exactly what makes it so confusing. Because culturally, it feels almost invisible. Seriously, pause for a moment and think about it. When was the last time you heard someone casually quote Avatar, or saw memes built around its characters, or watched people argue online about its story like it actually mattered? It barely happens. People don't cosplay Jake Sully. They don't passionately defend the themes. They don't tie the movie to their personality the way they do with Marvel, Star Wars, or even Fast and Furious. And yet Avatar keeps absolutely dominating the box office, which leads to the real question. Not why is Avatar successful, but why does something with so little lasting hype still make billions of dollars? Here's the paradox. Avatar out-earns franchises people genuinely love. Franchises packed with iconic characters and moments that stick with you for years. You remember Iron Man's sacrifice. You remember Darth Vader's reveal. You remember Joker's monologues. But Jake Sully? Most people can barely describe him beyond that guy from Avatar. And that's because Avatar isn't a movie people revisit for the writing. It's a movie people experience once for the sensation. You go in, you're visually blown away, you leave the theater impressed, and then the story slowly fades from your mind. Not because it was terrible, but because it never demanded anything from you emotionally. And when you really look at the narrative, the reason becomes obvious. Because the story is safe. Really safe. A powerful corporation invades native land. An outsider is sent in, he learns the culture, becomes one of them, and eventually saves them. You've seen this structure 100 times before. There's no real moral ambiguity, no uncomfortable questions, no risks that force the audience to sit with something difficult or unresolved. Everything is clearly labeled. Good guys here, bad guys there, right choice, wrong choice. Avatar doesn't challenge the audience. It reassures them. And reassurance doesn't create obsession, it creates forgettability. That's why there's no strong hype culture around Avatar, no legendary dialogue people quote for years, no scenes that live forever online. Avatar was never sold as a story-first movie. It was sold as an experience. People didn't rush to theaters because they were emotionally invested in the characters. They went because they didn't want to miss out. Because Avatar wasn't marketed like a movie, it was marketed like an event. And events don't need fandom, they just need curiosity. Now, to be fair, this is where James Cameron comes in. Because technically, the man is a genius. He approaches filmmaking like an engineer, pushing technology to its limits to build worlds that feel real, immersive, and overwhelming. And that's why Avatar works so well as spectacle, especially on the biggest screen possible. The Way of Water proved it. Water physics, motion capture, sheer scale, breathtaking. But narratively, it still felt familiar. The emotional beats repeated, the conflicts felt recycled, and the message didn't really evolve beyond protect this world. The movie looks different, but it feels the same. And now, with Fire and Ash on the way, most of the excitement once again revolves around what it will look like. New environments, new elements, new visual ideas. Not what it will actually say, because by now we understand the Avatar formula. The story exists to deliver the spectacle, not the other way around. Also, Avatar quietly benefits from something most franchises don't have. It's built for premium formats. 3D, IMAX, high-ticket showings. The movie practically begs you to pay extra, and audiences do, because it's one of the few films where the big screen argument actually feels true. Add worldwide appeal, simple stakes that translate anywhere, and even re-releases that turn the box office into a second lap, and suddenly, the numbers make sense. It's not hype, it's momentum. It's not people obsessing, it's people showing up. Avatar isn't selling characters you grow attached to over time. It's selling a place you visit. Pandora is tourism. You don't live there, you don't grow with it, you don't carry it with you. You experience it once and move on. And that's why Avatar keeps making billions without creating lasting fans. Because great movies create obsession, debate, loyalty, and memory. But Avatar doesn't need any of that to succeed. It just needs you to show up once, sit back, be impressed, and leave. And in the end, that's the real problem with Avatar. It doesn't want your heart, it just wants your ticket. And once you step outside the theater, there's nothing to hold on to. No character you miss, just the afterglow of the visuals.